What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. I saw way too many people get chopped up today, max daily loss, blow their account, lose out on a payout, whatever the case may be. It really just shows, honestly, a lack of professionalism, maybe a lack of a plan. And I want to help you guys out because I think it was avoidable with some experience, with some discretion and just time in the market, knowing how to play these type of days. I just tweeted it out recently. We can just take a look at the charts here. On ES, that yesterday, real quick, I posted a review on that day. Clear, clean, bearish trend, all below the New York VWAP, lower highs and lower lows, new lows of day being made every hour or so, right? We are trending lower, sellers are in control, right? So yeah, easy to make money yesterday, more so easy, and the market was giving you opportunities. Now, since it was just so easy yesterday to make money, it was doing nothing but trending lower. Certainly, I'm going to do nothing but win today too, right? If I just sell it or if I just buy it, right? No, different market conditions today, different trend, aka no trend, that you're getting chopped around because you're chasing things that would happen in a bullish market or in a bearish market or in a trending market. Yeah, you're going to get new lows of day. When you're ranging, you're not going to get the same break of low a day view up, new low of day, because there's no trend. But let's take a look at some of the markups today. That the first opportunity was on stream. Now, first things first, this white line above us is the midnight open price from Edgeful. Based off the measurement of it, I don't have it written on. It's 85% chance that we go and engage that price up there. 85. So very likely that we want to go up there. So that turned me off of some of the shorts because I do see a potential lower highs here at the open, breaking out of the open range low. If you've seen my course on ASFX TV, the Futures 2.0, you know I don't chase that first one. So I had no FOMO in that one. But maybe if we held the New York here and got back outside, that would definitely look like an Dyer play for sure. But that 85% probability up here, you just cannot ignore it 85% of the time. So wanted to see if that wants to get engaged with first. That's why Austin was attempting some of the longs over here because it's a strong statistic. Another thing that you don't have on your side for the longs, so I will say in favor of your guys' shorts, is the trend from that bearish move down yesterday, right? And even overnight, creating some lower highs underneath that yesterday's New York VWAP. Definitely lower highs here at the open. This is our open right here. Still holding underneath the daily VWAP. So yeah, I would definitely be looking for shorts, but we have an 85% chance that we go and retrace that price above us. So that's going to change some things in the way I look at the market and the price action today, no doubt. So even with this second break back down on the strong candle and get a big stop at high a day, you could chase that. I mean, you're still within the range. It's still not outside the range. I'm not in love with the short just because I still think we might want to go retrace back up there. Also, another thing to add, the stocks weren't really moving lower. Apple was heading higher. Meta and Google were looking great to the upside. So it was kind of tough to short that. But if you made that short, you probably could have squeezed some money out of it. But now let's go to the real one that I think most people got chopped up on is the anchor to a low a day VWAP. I definitely agree with that. I personally didn't take this one. I had so many people DM me of wanting feedback on this setup, so I just copy and pasted it to all of them because it was the same exact answer to everyone because it's the same trade. That this is a nice hold of opening range low, for sure. A break of low a day VWAP that you could want to look for that extension lower, but I don't want to sound like a broken record. There's an 85% chance we move higher today to that price. And at that point, over here on the 15-minute where you can see where I just drew it, we weren't able to make a new low a day there on that push. We just retested and bounced where we did pre-market. So the fact that we couldn't make a new low a day there, not amazing. Could it fall without me? Sure. But I have no problem seeing the lower low come in, this trade work out. I'll catch the next pullback. Maybe off the initial balance at that point, right? Definitely, I'll just catch that next part of the move since I am still kind of hesitant and leaning towards longs wanting to come in. I definitely could have missed that first short opportunity, but now I'm getting more confidence. Seeing the short work out, I'll then short it later. But what I actually wanted to do and did do is you anchor that lower debut up on the same. Now, I'm not going to chase this one because I'm still questioning shorts and longs. So the simple answer for anyone that got chopped up today, when in doubt, stay out. There's no clear trend. There's no clear direction, right? If I'm somewhat seeing longs wanting to bounce from here like they tried over here, but I could also just as easily say this is going to be a lower high and we crack for a lower low. Well, now I'm getting a tug of war. I'm not screaming in one direction that when in doubt, stay out. That I'm not going to have my best probabilities. I'm not going to perform the best. So the other lesson on this lower day break, very, very weak. So not an inducement into there that I wouldn't be selling that even if I was super bearish. That's a terrible close that is actually closing on the VWAP. Buyers stepped in at the end of that candle and left a wick to the downside. So that's not a strong break of lower day VWAP and neither is this one. You can't argue it. It's my opinion, but you can't argue that those are strong breaks. You're closing right on it, and sellers couldn't continue it the very next candle. Buyers bounce us up right off the next one. So I like the long here, seeing how much sellers are struggling since 9:30. I mean, it's now been 2 hours. We're still not making these new lows from this point back here. We had one failed attempt at the lower day view up, a second one, a third one. I have an 85% target above me. I think I want to go long this thing, right? So then you can get a long once you're near the New York view up, stop loss below all those levels that were being respected. Because if it finally does have the strength to break lower on the lower day view up off the opening range low, then yeah, probably get out of the way. This is coming lower, but I have a great probability that this wants to come higher to that midnight price. And lo and behold, it does. But it's interesting because it goes right to the midnight price and right back down. So there's that new low you guys were looking for, but not before it went and stopped everyone out and engaged that midnight price. But I think the biggest lesson is it's so choppy. When in doubt, stay out. If you don't see your specific plan, right? I was also on the feedback I was giving that I could see my play happening potentially, but on a day where I am kind of torn between direction, I'm going to really need it to be my best setup. Of like, I need to see the things present the way I want them to. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm 100% bearish today. This isn't exactly my setup, but I'm really bearish, so let me get in, right? That would make a little bit more sense than I could see this going either way. I don't love this setup, but I'm going to get in, right? If I'm kind of torn on direction, I'm going to at least need it to look like my best setup, so at least I have some favorable odds in my favor. Now let's go into the afternoon because it's a unprobable day across the board. We had an 85% chance of getting that midnight. We did, in fact, go get it. Now let's turn on the initial balance, that first hour of the day. These are going to be the red lines here. We turn off the midnight now because we see that was engaged with. We broke out the initial balance high, and then we actually broke out of the bottom. Very unlikely. There's a 30% chance of that happening, as it was on Monday as well, but we double broke on Monday. So a double break of the initial balance, I guess you could even say a triple break because it breaks back up the upside later on as well. So very, very choppy. Big sink down, just straight down, straight back up. Very choppy. The 15-minute looks disgusting. This is not where I make my money at all. This is not where I make the money. This is where I make my money when it's clearly moving lower. This is still stuck in the same square versus a elevator down, right? Key differences. So lower day breaks on this day are going to work a lot better than they do on this day. And if you can't recognize that or realize that, or I don't know, that's a tough one to try to defend. But anyways, back to this one on the 1 minute because there's a few more lessons I want to talk about. Let's go to my 1 minute over here with the initial balance on. So yeah, no trades at that point, but I also not going to chase this lower because it's so overextended. There's no pullback. And I'm not going to just sell a retest off this New York on such a choppy day and it would have sliced right back up. I'm not going to chase that breakout out there because it hasn't been breaking out and running. It's been just up and down, right back up, right back down. So not the day to chase breakouts. You need to get a really good price from the bottom of the range to the top or top of the range to the bottom, aka what you're supposed to do on a ranging day. On a trending day like this, yeah, take a lower day break. It's going to make a new lower day, right? Broke the lower day. I took that trade. It breaks the lower day view up again. You get another new low. It breaks the lower day view up over here. You get another new low. So on a trending day, yeah, those lower day breaks are going to be beautiful. On a ranging day, you're going to have to get a really good price from the bottom of a range and catch the move before it happens. If you're chasing, oh my God, look at these candles, all these candles up, I got to get in this long. Well, nope, now you're too late. Now it's going to turn back around. But very improbable that we double broke the initial balance, but we did go get the midnight. I think another thing that helps your cause of simply look at the higher time frame. Look at the 15-minute. That this is so ugly. It's making like higher highs over here. It's just megaphoning, right? Whatever that strategy is. It's making highs, but it's also making lows. Very slow, very choppy. There's actually no way to really be bullish besides that midnight price to the yesterday's New York view up. I have a video on this channel on YouTube of using that 15-minute and using a yesterday's New York view up where look where it comes up to. And it rejects it, comes right back down. Not rejects it and makes new lows, but it just bounces off there. We can look at the markup. I have it here. This was the edgefill stat. First of all, looking at the way we gapped or we opened below it of this size, 85% retraced. All right. But this is the long markup. We went over that, so you can screenshot that, save that. I went over this pretty much. This was the short idea, just above my head of it goes to that yesterday's New York. I'm not longing it through that. It could be definitely a place where we created a lower high in this bearish trend from yesterday into today, and you short it back down. It's very tough because very rarely do we just pin a VWAP like that and fall. Sometimes it'll break through and then eventually back under. It's a tough one to try to short that rise there, but just a market of I'm not really bullish today still because we're underneath more VWAPs than not. You can see the all-time high VWAP above us as well here in the green up here, right at yesterday's New York, still making lower highs from previous, so and even lower lows down here. So still more so bearish today, but just not seeing the way that I can get in short in a high probability manner. Or yesterday's, if I just go to the Trade Zella here, I was taking lower day VWAP breaks. We're on Wednesday, let's go to Tuesday. The trade yesterday. What did we have? We had trending price action. New low, pullback, new low, pullback, new low. This one, we are not. We're getting a new low right back up for a new high and then a new low. I think you guys can see the difference. I don't need to harp on it any longer. It is indeed a tough day to trade. I'm not saying I'm surprised people lost money today. It is a tough day to trade ranges. It just really comes down to what I'm trying to get across of recognizing the ranging day and controlling your emotions. Because so many people today definitely chase the market. They try to take a short here, they get stopped out. They take a long up here, right back down. Then they jump in short. And what happens? You're in this cycle of getting in at the end of moves rather than saying what's going to probably happen next, right? You're reacting. It is good to read and react. I don't want to say you don't want to read and react to what's currently happening, but you're getting in once the move has happened. And you're trying to revenge trade and flip directions and trade at the worst price. And before you know it, your account's blown. You're at max daily loss, right? Not even recognizing that, is this the price action that I perform best in? I've done 1,000 markups this month. Do any of them look like this? Maybe 3 of them, but 997 have trending price action, right? Just simply ask yourself. That I even thought about taking this long here. Yes, I left money on the table because the one read I did want to take today was the long we went over here. I wanted to take this. I really had conviction in it because the 85%, it looks like we're now making higher lows on the bottom. Sellers can't crack us lower. But if you can see the note on the bottom next to my camera here, or I put it somewhere, but I'd be way more pissed if I took a loss on this type of day, on this type of setup, than if I were to win this, or if I were to miss it and not be in it and see it win. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I saw this, I wanted to get in, and it won without me. But I could definitely say I would have been way more pissed if I tried to buy it here. It came back to the bottom of the range and I lost. I would have been like, what are you doing? Look at this price action. It's stuck in the range. It's in the opening range. 2 hours later, no trend. Why are you trading this? That's not what got you the 18-day streak. That's not the setup that's been making you money. So why think you could do something different today? That's what it comes down to. Know what you do best. And then if it's presenting something else on this given day, why do we need to even entertain it? That's not what's been paying you. That's not what's been making you money. So why do we feel the need to do it? Do what's been making you money, doing what's been finding you success, have confidence in it, and then you'll be able to act on it next time it presents, right? So thankfully I did reel myself back and say, I'd be way more pissed if I took this and ended the streak with this. I'm going to end this, for anyone that doesn't know, I have an 18-day green streak. That if I'm going to lose my streak, it's going to be taking a trade like this and I get stopped out. I do not want it to be trying to call the middle of a range. We're going to reverse here, go get this, that, right? It has to look like my setup. So that way I could sleep at night of like, yeah, you took a good setup. There's the loss, right? Because this one in my mind is very avoidable. If this were to lose, easily avoidable. So that was the price action today. Hopefully you didn't get too beat up. I know some of you did. We're going to learn from it. You're going to have to go through these ranging days, touch the stove too many times to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done trading these ranging days, not chasing the market. Treat it professionally. A long road ahead. That one trading day, you don't need to make all the money in the world. That if you could survive, show up on Friday because we're off tomorrow, then show up again. Then again the next day. That zoom out for a week, a month, a quarter. Try to make a good trading decision for a whole quarter, right? Not try to focus on making so much money today or making back all your losses today. Treat it like a business. Long-term approach. Focus on the professional habits and the setups that's going to make you money long-term. Not, I can maybe make some money here today. Right, so zoom it back out, slow it down. If you need me, reach out. If you need some help with this, honestly, reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for some help. If things aren't changing at the rate that you want, definitely tune into the streams on AceFX TV. We got no stream tomorrow on Thursday, the 9th. We'll be back on Friday, obviously all next week. And then we got the course on there for you to study so you can see the type of setups you should be taking. And I can guarantee you none of the ones I teach in here look like the ones we went over today. They don't look like this. If anything, they do in one of the chapters where I say my worst trades that I hate. That'll be in there. All right, so definitely go check that out, acefacttv.com. I appreciate all you guys. Trade safe the rest of the week. Obviously, we'll all trade safe the rest of the month. But enjoy your holiday tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the desk tomorrow morning.